join this, I'm gonna be so
Hello,
pissed.
Smug.
Yeah, me too.
Who?
I'm gonna be very blunt. I don't know your view on Fent Chemist, but I personally, I really don't like them.
I'm not even going to go into detail when it comes to the shit with Scraps. Scraps can have their own opinion. We had one negative interaction once that was the basis of a joke taken wrongly, and they proceeded to act childish. At the end of the day, I don't care about any beef I have with Scraps. My main issue right now is Damien. I'm recording simply a long-form response that I'm going to unlist because I want to squash this beef. I don't want it to go on any longer. I will also post the full clip for transparency, but realistically, I'm not going to have it in its whole 16-minute glory in this video, as I want it to be as short and concise as possible. So simply to put it, I'm going to form it in a way where I'm going to let the clip roll, and then I'm going to give an explanation and a basis of where I came from.
The moment I started talking and jokingly, started being like, oh, what is pressure about? Oh, let me tell you, the moment I said that, they fucking deafened. And then I said, I'm just gonna mute. And then the moment I muted, she came back. Like, bro. And then her excuse was, I just got overstimulated. Like, bro, be so for real.
To go out of your way to mock me during this situation is not only hypocritical in itself, considering that you yourself said that the reason why you were upset with me is because you were insecure in your voice and had the way you hold yourself. And yet you go out of your way to mock my voice, which is higher pitched because I have not only a thyroid disease, but I am trans, just like you. Not only that, but I do want to correct you on my pronouns. I do go by he, him, or he, they. I do not go by she pronouns, nor will I ever. Another thing to fully explain. I never deafened you because I thought you were annoying. I deafened because I get very overstimulated when I can't hear myself think. And your voice permeates through a conversation so much, not saying in an offensive way, it just permeates so much through a conversation, I can't think. So I kindly, quietly deafened, and I literally texted Smug, which I have a screenshot of this, with the timestamp. I texted Smug right after I deafened. I said, I'm just going to deafen because I don't want to get overstimulated again. Text me when they're done. I was willing to let you have that conversation that you were willing to enjoy and you were willing to have with somebody. However, you let your insecurities get into the way and assumed my intention when I never said anything to you. I never said anything aggressive to you, never anything violent to you, never anything mean to you. I just explicitly deafened and went quiet. And it wasn't when you first joined the VC, because that's what you keep claiming. It was when you were showing signs that you were about to go on your little, info rant. Which I have zero problems with. It just overstimulates me, so I deafen.
They fucking deafened. And then I said, I'm just gonna mute. And then the moment I muted, she came back. Like, bro.
Talking about bro, I deafened and undeafened when I noticed you muted, because I was like, okay, you aren't talking about it anymore. There's no point in me deafening anymore because you obviously aren't going to go on your little info rant. So obviously I would undeafen because I'm not going to stay deafened forever.
Hello, welcome back.
Here's my thing, there are multiple voice chats for a reason.
Let me go ahead and leave the VC I was originally in before you guys joined. Yeah, let me go ahead and leave just because I'm overstimulated by one person. Where does that logic make sense? You guys came in there. Implying I should leave a VC just because I don't want to get overstimulated by somebody because of the one time that they go on an info rant is crazy.
It becomes an issue when, the only reason why a person deafens is just because they don't want to hear a specific person's, voice. You can either mute me, block me, or whatever. If you don't like me that much, then just say it to my fucking face.
I never said anything about disliking you. I never said anything about disliking your voice. Not only that, how come muting and blocking somebody is less hurtful than me just deafening? Not only that, but when you had joined the VC, I already had you blocked. So yes, I did have you blocked, not because I dislike you, but because you overstimulate me a little, and that's okay. I just don't want to interact with you in DMs, which is why I had you blocked. I preemptively block people I don't want to interact with. However, just because I deafen doesn't mean I completely dislike you or I completely dislike your voice. I feel like that is a major disproportionate assumption based off of what you think that I think. You haven't even tried to communicate to me how I feel. Not only that, but my friend Smug came up to you trying to communicate that I merely was overstimulated and I have nothing against you. I feel like the way this has been handled and the way you've gone out of your way to avoid actually talking to me genuinely upsets me because you're way older than me. You are 24, 26, somewhere in that age range, and I know because you have those age roles, and I'm assuming that I'm upon to you because that's what your profile says. And if that is true, I'm embarrassed for you. Not only that, but my friend Snoozy even came in there to offer that you unblock me and that we hash this out quietly in DMs. I explained to you how I feel and we move on. But yet no, you don't want that. Instead, you avoid actual resolution, which pains me because I would have liked to have a normal resolution and to move on with my life.
They didn't even say that though.
They don't have to be a fucking
They
dick
didn't even
about
say
it.
that.
Like,
They just don't want to hear about pressure. They got
well, then that's their
overstimulated.
problem. They can go to a different voice chat. Like,
Then why are you getting so mad about them deafening? Like that
Oh
should
my
be
God.
respectful enough.
No,
bro,
because
that's not.
no, it's not about them deafening. Just it's about the fact that what happens is when they talk in general, people just deafen, don't say anything about why. The moment that they mute, they undeafen.
It's go to motherfucker P. Y'all know what the fuck going on.
Honestly, where do I even start with this whole video? The only reason this shit arose was just because I deafened because I was overstimulated by somebody. We're all supposed to be grown adults, and yet somehow, for some reason, people are acting childish as shit, and I'll never understand it. And yes, that's me implying that both of you are childish. I'm making this video specifically not only to preemptively clear my name, but because I feel like that you both are the same type to also talk shit about me. And I'm not going through the same shit I've already gone through in the past. I'm shutting it down, squashing it here with my response and how I personally feel about it. I feel like it could have easily been shut down and handled when I asked they could unblock me so that we could have a conversation about it like grown adults. But when you go out of your way to mock me and make a hypocrite out of yourself and make a fool out of yourself, then trust me, I will put a spotlight on it. Going out of your way to mock me, even though you're very deeply insecure about your own voice, says a lot about you as a person. You don't care about actually portraying the same morals you put onto other people onto yourself. And that's really an issue. Rules for thee, but not for me. I wish nothing but the best for you, as I do not think of you negatively as a person. I just wish you would improve and not make decisions like this.